This is the Rocking RoadShow, the only show for bikers, by bikers. Jump on as we talk all things motorcycle, maintenance, accessories, weekly rides, bike nights, and more. With your hosts, Alvie and the 1-3. So kickstands up and let's get rolling. We are live. What is up? Welcome to another episode of the Rocking RoadShow. It's great to be here. As always, I'm Alvie. I'm with my main man,
the 1-3, baby.
And we are coming off of a super excellent, phenomenal weekend.
Wow. Excuse me. I mean, I'm tired, but I am like so pumped about this.
Yeah.
This was freaking awesome. I was like this all weekend.
It was a long weekend, really. Don't get me wrong. It was fun. We had a blast, but I hurt for a few days after.
Oh, hell yeah.
My body just ached. It's like, holy shit, I guess I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Right?
Welcome to my world,
well,
bitch.
Dude, it was crazy because, like, everything on my body hurt. My feet hurt. My legs hurt. My back. But it's like, I didn't feel like we did a lot of walking. Maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't feel like we did a whole lot of walking.
Okay. Hold on. You know, I got that health app on my phone.
While the 1-3 looks to see how many steps we did that week. As you guys can probably already tell, today is not Thursday.
No, today is actually Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. So, the reasoning for that is obviously there's a certain little holiday going on tomorrow.
Am I going to mention this holiday?
And
you know what it's all about, right?
Well, I'll let you get there. But before I let him get there, there is a little holiday tomorrow. So in lieu of doing the episode tomorrow, we decided to jump on today. So it's good for me to just kind of come out and say it now. A lot of as we move forward with this show, I brought it up a little the week before last, before we went to the Expo. We're going to do our very best to keep our show on a schedule, which is going to be Thursday at 7.
Right.
But those days will probably change. So you have to, as followers, you guys have to be on the lookout for those changes. Like you saw today, I will always post a post one saying that we're going to be live at a certain, on a different day or whatever. And then I'll also post the video to show that we're going to go live on a certain day. So everybody knows what's going on.
Sure. I mean, and it normally happens a couple days in advance so that you all are aware. It's not like, hey, dude, we're going on in 10 minutes. It's not going to happen. It's
right. So with that, thank you for joining us on a Wednesday.
Yeah, look at that. I got Rich. I had Sandy. Who else is on here? Phil is on here. How you doing, Phil?
Hey, Phil. What's going on, bud?
Awesome.
So, awesome time this weekend.
Phenomenal.
We've got a lot to run through about the Expo. Hopefully you guys caught, I know a lot of you guys did catch the lives that we did from the event.
Yeah.
Before I jump to the event, I've got notes. You know what? We're just kind of shooting from the hip because apparently somebody said that our show sounds a little bit better when we're unscripted, which, hey, go figure, right?
We tried.
So I do want to say that I know I can speak for the 1-3 when I say this. We are truly, truly humbled for the outcry of support that we've gotten over the last few days.
He didn't catch me doing that.
The last time I checked, we were almost at 4,800 followers. So we've kind of jumped 4,800. So we're just kind of,
oh my God.
Yeah, we're just kind of going crazy right now. So with that, thank you to everybody who follows us, who likes the page. Thank you for everybody who comments on our stuff. Thank you for everybody who likes our pages, who shares all of our stuff. It truly means a lot to us, and I couldn't thank you any more than that.
Oh my God, that is just freaking amazing. That is 4,800 followers.
Yeah, it's insane.
And from all over the world, no less. Indonesia. Yeah. I saw one. I believe it was today. Oh my gosh, there's one in Iraq. There's some from Brazil, Indonesia, Philippines. They're all over the United States now. Somewhere in, I think I saw one in Maine.
Yeah, I mean, you sent me one yesterday that there's we have somebody following us in Las Vegas now.
In Vegas, that is just freaking amazing.
I mean, so it's just kind of picking up steam and just kind of going all over the place, man. And it's like I said, I just can't thank everybody enough. So again, from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much for doing for everything that you guys have done over the last few days here. So with that, let's jump back onto point here. So. The Expo this weekend was at, it's kind of weird. It was at the Burt's Barracuda new location. Yes. However, there's really nothing there.
No.
There was kind of a barn.
It's dusty.
It's very dusty. There was kind of a barn. I don't know if they put that up or if that was already there from the flea market. I'm not really sure.
I think it was there already.
So, but with that, you got 10 acres out there. It's a huge lot.
Oh yeah.
There was, I mean, I was honestly surprised at how many vendors were there. I mean, it was packed. That place was loaded up.
There were so many vendors, and they honestly ran out of bike parking. Dude.
They did run out of bike parking.
How do you run out of bike parking?
Crazy. But I mean, dude, and they ran out of bike parking on Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
And I can tell you right now, we were busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, legit, when we wrapped the day on Saturday, I was legit tired. My voice was dead.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been talking all day. I think we did like 3 or 4 different attempts to go live. One of them got cut off because the service went to shit. Another one, I forgot to hook the mics in, but the sound still came out okay.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, there's all kinds of shit. So
it wasn't horrible.
So, yeah. So, they ran out of bike parking Saturday, which is incredible because there were so many.
But if you're going to run out of something, that's what you want to run out at a bike event.
No, you don't want to run out of beer. You don't want to run out of food. If bike parking was it, you guys did a great job.
They did their job, man.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, we're going there yet, or what?
We'll get there in a sec.
Okay.
Before we get to that, I do want to talk about the new location, though.
That. Oh my gosh!
We did see. I don't think it was up on Thursday. May not have even been up Friday because I didn't notice it until Saturday. But there was a giant, I guess you'd call it a map.
Yeah, it's
and it had the layout of what the new Burt's Barracuda location is going to look like. And folks, I got to tell you, if you weren't at the show or you weren't able to be there, this dealership that they're putting in St. Peter and Clearwater it's gonna rival some of the best dealerships in the country.
Absolutely, it's
gonna be a very, very close running with probably the biggest one, which is Destination Daytona out in Daytona, because that thing is like. It's its own little city, right?
That's the thing. I haven't been to that one.
Oh, dude, you got to go check it out.
Believe it or not, I've been to Daytona Bike Week several times, but I've never gone to the Harley-Davidson because it's always too slammed over that way.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you come with me, because I'll be there in Daytona. If you come with me, we'll go up to Bruce Rossmeyer. I was going to say Bruce Rossmeyer Destination Daytona because it's an adult playground, man. Right. They've got. They got bars, they got vendors, they got shops, they got the dealership. They've got everything there. So that's probably one of the biggest ones, at least that I've been to. I'm sure Sturgis is probably a pretty good one too. Right. But this new location that Burt is putting together, it's going to be massive.
It's phenomenal.
I mean, and they've got everything there that you would want.
I noticed in the back, in the far, if you're on 49th, it's 49th Street.
49th Street.
If you're on 49th and you're facing the property in the far back left side, that's where the range is going to be. So they're going to have the training range where you get your motorcycle endorsement. That is also going to be where all the events are held. So when they have like concerts or bike nights and stuff, the stage will be set up over there.
Yeah,
that's where everything's going to go. They are building another building, towards the street from there. It's another long building. I believe it's going to be a restaurant. They're going to have a freaking
they're gonna have a restaurant,
huge restaurant there. They're going to have.
I was trying to find that picture, that artist rendering, before we jumped on live, but I couldn't find it. I was kind of doing it last minute, so I couldn't really find it. But I'll do my best to see if I can track that down so we can put it on the page so you guys can see what this thing's going to look like, because it is going to be something to behold. So with that, where the 1-3 was kind of taking that was, we have, if you guys saw on the post for the video, there was a long laundry list of mentions on that page. So we're gonna kind of break those down and kind of go through them one bit at a time. So this is going to be our special thanks section for the Expo. So first and foremost, I think we have to thank Bert and Bert's Barracuda
absolutely
for hosting that event and for sponsoring that event as well, because again, it was at his new place. They put a boatload of money into that. I overheard somebody say they put $2 million into
the
pavement that they're going to rip up to start doing the construction on that site.
If that's true, that's just wow.
It's insane. Okay. Wow. So from the Rocking RoadShow to Bert's Barracuda, thank you so much for doing that.
Absolutely.
You guys put on a great show. I would be remiss if we didn't thank Paul and Tony Cianci over at Full Throttle, as well as Les. Les put together a hell of a show. Les, I know we saw you at the show. Great job, brother. You did a really good job. Thank you for that, man.
Absolutely. And Fluffy for keeping everybody by where all the bikes are, keeping everything safe and all that stuff. He actually handled Paul Sr. for a little while and make sure he got Sr. right to his car and said, "See you later, bro."
Yep, exactly. Thank you to all the guys. I don't know if they worked for Full Throttle or they were volunteering to help them out, but that we're going around on the four-wheelers, picking up garbage, picking up, making sure everything was moving in the right direction, parking bikes. Everybody that took part in that, doing basically working.
Yeah, they were volunteers, man. They were volunteers.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were what made that show go on.
It had.
And going back to Paul and Tony, thank you guys, legitimately from the bottom of our heart,
absolutely,
for inviting us to come out and set up a booth and be out there, because we had a great time. We met a lot of awesome people, and hopefully we brought enough folks into that show to earn our keep, so to speak. So
yeah, well,
So with that, thanks again to Full Throttle. You guys, as always, hosted a wonderful show. Also, I know you're on here, Rich. So thank you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you for coming out and helping us out with all this. Thank you for bringing down the schoolie. The schoolie was a hit. A lot of folks were checking that out. I know you met a few people there that either were building schoolies themselves or already had some done. So Rich, my brother, we love you, man. Thank you for coming down. Thank you for helping us out. Also, thanks to Rich, we also have some new gear.
We have great gear. Oh my gosh, we're actually using some of it right now
today.
You can see our pretty faces.
So I want to say thanks, buddy. We really appreciate it. You and Lisa, congratulations on the new marriage.
Absolutely.
We wish you nothing but the best, and have fun in fucking Albania.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing, Rich. Do me a favor and look through the koozie box. See if you might find some of our business cards.
Yeah, we're missing a box. So, another person that's on here listening, Phil, my brother. Thank you so much again, man. I know we said it already, but thank you for bringing down the green machine, because that was
awesome.
A hit, man. It was an eye grabber, an attention grabber, and people stopped to find out what it was, which then in turn let us, kind of jump in there and
talk about our show and about Rich's show.
Exactly. And for those of you guys that weren't there, I'm working on a video that's going to show all the. It's a better edited video of everything. Phil, as you guys may remember, a few episodes ago, he was the mad scientist behind the Goldwing Bobber.
That's right.
He did not disappoint with this. He had a '69 harley-davidson golf cart that he chopped the front of it off and married that with a Yamaha
Raptor.
660 Raptor quad rear end.
It's freaking insane, man.
It was nuts. And like I said, bro, thank you so much, because the folks at the Expo, dug the hell out of it. So I'm waiting on you to just throw me some whoever jumps on here.
Phil just said he's back.
What?
Phil says he's back.
Oh.
He must have went away.
Oh, okay. So again,
Bobby Ehlers is on.
Hey, Bobby, what's going on? So Phil, thanks, man. Again, we really, really appreciate it. Much love, man. You know we love all your shit. So next time you have another creation, man, let us know so we can feature it again.
Bring it down.
Okay, so through that list, now we're going to jump to some of the vendors that we ran into or that we did some interviews with, so forth and so on. So the first guys we want to bring up is, I'm going to throw it to Bobby real quick, are our friends over at Misfit Metal.
Misfit Metalworks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're awesome. You have Marvin Scott, you have Jen, his wife, you got Jody and Angela. Is Jody's wife, I believe, or girlfriend or something. I apologize if I fail that up. But anyway, Jody, thank you very much for the interview. That was freaking amazing. I know we caught you last minute and a few beers into it. We'll just say. But if you want to go and you want to get anything for your bike has to do with metalwork, like etching, with laser engraving, what do you got?
CNC metalwork, plasma cutting, shift linkages. I mean, basically anything metal that you need, or you need piece of metal fabricated for your bike.
Did you see that Misfit shift linkage?
Yeah. That
was just freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And I had to take a shot of that for like about, I don't know, a minute.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you guys.
We all know. I mean, those guys do some phenomenal work over there at Misfit. And we, like Bobby said, I really do thank you, Jody, for stepping up and let me pick your brain for half a second. It was super cool of you to do that. For those of you guys, you can see it. Hopefully it comes out there on the screen okay. But
it's there.
Misfit Metalworks, you can go check them out at facebook.com/Misfit Metalworks. They're also on Instagram under Misfit Metalworks, and you can check them out on their webpage at misfitmetalworks.com. So do us a favor, if you're a fan of the show, go check out their work, give them a like, give them a thumbs up, because they do some awesome stuff. And old friends of Bobby's,
yes,
and or the 1-3s, and they're a local company here in Tampa.
They are. They're actually just a couple of miles down the road.
There you go. Next one we want to talk about is Mr. Eric Warren at Eric Warren Artistry. We unfortunately couldn't lock him down to get an interview. He was kind of all over the place, man. He had David David Ankin from Toy Makers.
Yep.
From the show on history and there's a second. I can't remember.
FYI.
Is it FYI? It's one of those other networks. History,
one of those networks.
Whatever. But because of that,
whatever.
Eric
Sorry, Dave. I know you might be watching.
Well, I know it's history for sure, but because of that connection, Eric was just kind of running all over the place, and by the time we got to him, he was just a little bit burnt out. So,
yeah, he was done.
But we do want to say thank you to Eric, because he let us hang out in his booth for a little bit.
Absolutely. He let my wife sit on the couch and chill out because her legs.
He did introduce us to David, which was really cool. Oh. And on a second part of that, for the 1-3, he will be doing
He will be doing some work on my bike. If you all remember, I had a little incident. We'll just call it incident on my motorcycle a few weeks back. So he's going to be doing some of the repair work and paint and stuff like that, body work. The other thing I wanted to mention about this, though, Eric Warren and Misfit Metalworks, they collaborated on the bike that Full Throttle gave away.
Yes, that's right.
So that they did give away to a local from Largo.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
From Tarpon.
From Tarpon. Yeah, close enough. Largo, Tarpon. I mean, come on, man.
But yeah, so it stayed in Florida, which is great. It almost went to Iowa.
Could you imagine?
Well, it's like the one in St. Pete that kind of happened that way, too.
I know, man. At least they gave it away to somebody that was local, somebody that's here, somebody that is really going to appreciate the motorcycle.
Absolutely. So with that, Eric, thanks, Eric and Nikki for doing that for us. They can be found at facebook.com/Eric Warren Custom. On Instagram under Eric Warren Artistry, and on their .com at ericwarrenartistry.com. So go check them out as well. Give them some love, and let them know that we're sending you guys their way.
Sorry about that. I hit my beer too hard.
Another great local company here in Tampa is a great custom bike builder by the name of Low Life Industries.
Oh yeah,
those guys are great, man. Toby, Matt, and Gary. Thank you guys. You guys are doing an awesome job over there. A little side note, cool thing about them. They are going to be featured on Garage Rehab, not Garage Repo. Garage Rehab this Tuesday on the 19th.
Wait a minute, I'm back up. Where the hell did you get Garage Repo from?
I don't know.
You're going to repo your garage?
We're going to repo the garage. So Garage Rehab, which is going to be Tuesday the 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Discovery. That's the boys from Gas Monkey.
Gas Monkey Garage. Well, not just Gas Monkey. They because Chris, I believe the guy with the beard, he wasn't from
Gas Monkey. Gas Monkey. So
yeah, but Richard Rawlings.
Richard Rawlings. That's
come
the
on, man.
one.
Get your names, bro.
Richard Rawlings from the Gas Monkey's got a show, and they're featured on it. They're doing a watch party on Tuesday. We're going to try to make it, but I don't know that that's really going to happen. But anyhow.
But we were invited.
And the other thing that I do want to say is we do have some video of some bikes of theirs that they've put together and built.
Oh, my God.
And they're absolutely gorgeous. And that's going to be on that video that finally drops eventually when I get all that done.
I'm just going to say it. Be on the lookout for a gray and orange bike. This thing is fucking phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really, really nice.
I believe it's a 30-inch front wheel. Holy shit. I was
The seat. Just the seat alone was amazing. It was that black velvet, orange stitching inside of it, and just unreal.
Well, the logo was three-dimensional. The Harley-Davidson logo. It was just the bar and shield.
Yep.
Nothing else.
Yep.
Just sitting right there on the gas tank. Yeah. Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow.
And as you guys can see there, they can be found on Facebook at Low Life Industries Inc. They can also be found on Instagram under the same thing, Low Life Industries Inc. or at lowlifeindustries.com. So thank you to Low Life for that.
Absolutely.
Next, I know. I'm sorry, guys. This sounds like a freaking ad, but
it is.
It kind of is. Because we want these people to get some love. And we just want to thank them for all the stuff that they've done for us this week. So the next one is going to come from Liquid Addictions, Tom and Bob over at Liquid Addictions. Some of you guys may remember, some of you guys haven't been around long enough, but some of you guys may remember our very first interview ever with somebody was our man Tom over.
That's why I have such a big smile because I love Tom.
That goes back long. It goes back to Cody River and
how many months ago was that?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
I just realized you said you had a big smile on your face, and
nobody can see it.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That's all right.
I'm sitting here with this big huge grin that nobody can see, but it's okay because I knew it was there.
So that there is a little bit of a connection there with Liquid Addictions. So Tom, thank you, brother. You guys can check out Tom's work at facebook.com/myliquidaddiction
with an S.
Addiction, not his Facebook. His Facebook is just Liquid Addiction.
Really?
Yeah. Instagram.com at Liquid Addiction Hydro. And then his .com is myliquidaddictions.com. So check them out. Tom does some awesome work, man.
You see that road light he had there? That black with the blues?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
And he does, for those of you, I kind of blew past that one real quick. Tom over at Liquid Addictions does hydrographics. So he does the hydro dip, basically.
Yeah, he dip them, which is, he had his bike and I guess his partner there is Bob, right?
Yeah, Bob.
Both bikes there. They were both dipped. They were both painted. Bob's had some red candies on it. You could see through the candy. You could see the imprint. I mean, the way they do that is just incredible. We need to show everybody one day how this is done.
Yeah, and hopefully we can do that for you guys because we would. I want to go see how it's done. Well, I'd like to see how it's done. So I think we could probably work something out with Tom to where we could go to a shop and check that out. The other thing I wanted to say about Tom too is we ran into a guy who had a bike in the bike build off.
Yes.
James, I believe his name was.
Yes.
There's a video on our page. We went live with him. Tom did the graphics on that bike as well, and that bike was really cool because they ghosted the Harley-Davidson into the.
Yeah, I tried to get video of it.
It's hard to see. Yeah, it was really hard to see in the video. It's really cool because it's legitimately ghosted into the paint. So
I'm going to tell you a real quick little story there. James, I believe, used to own Grace FX, which was a hydrographics thing. Tom bought it off him. Now it's Liquid Addiction.
Okay.
And to go even further in this, the Rocking RoadShow actually did an interview, and we filmed the procedure at one time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Go check that out.
It was a short film, short video, a little bit, but we did that a few years ago, probably 5-6 years ago. Maybe a little longer, but it was really cool the way they do this. I can't wait because I know that they've come up with some new ways to do this stuff. They've come up with new images because they were very limited at that time, and now there's an unlimited amount of designs that you can get to put on the bike.
Yeah, and they keep coming out with new stuff.
Not just bike. I say bike, but anything you want hydro dip. If you wanted this beer bottle hydro dipped, you can have it.
Yeah, I mean, I went onto their webpage and I saw prosthetic legs that had that were hydro dipped. I saw
Phil.
Phil said they can hydro dip handlebars.
Yes.
I mean, basically, just about anything. If it's hard, you can get it hydro dipped.
I'm not going there, bro.
I know.
Bro, that was just not.
All right,
not right.
So with that, we'll keep pressing on here. So we can get to the meat of the show here. We want to thank Mark over at Sanity Jewelry. Mark was awesome enough to take time out of his day as they were breaking down to talk with me and the 1-3. Go check that video out. It's the video where me and the 1-3 are kind of walking around the show at the end of the show.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes long.
It's a long video.
We'll watch the whole thing anyway.
But Mark had a really cool story. And the reason I wanted to talk with him because Mark was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma 18 years ago, was given 4 years to live, and he's still kicking it, and he looks amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Mark over at Sanity Jewelry. Basically, they do everything.
Oh, God.
Jewelry-wise.
Sanity? Hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Almost everything.
Pretty much.
That I have on.
And I forgot my bling at home, but those guys... They're awesome, man. They're super awesome. Great people. Go check them out. They're all over the place. They're a local company out of Melbourne, Florida, I believe it was.
Yeah, Melbourne, Grant.
But yeah, Grant.
Right, same area.
And but go check them out, man. They're pretty much at every biker event across the country. So check them out. You can find them at facebook.com/Sanity Jewelry. Also on Instagram at Sanity Jewelry and sanityjewelry.com. And then last but not least is our friends over at Suspension Technologies. Me and the 1-3 caught them literally breaking shit down.
They were packing up, bro.
They were packing everything up. We went over really quick, had a quick interview with the owner, Mike. Noah was in the back. He's the other owner, packing some stuff up. Just real quick about them. They do all suspension work on your bike. We're trying to get the 1-3's bike lowered. So
that was the whole reason I went over there. I really didn't want to interview them. Well, not that I didn't want to interview them.
Right.
We weren't anticipating interviewing them, but it just happened. We were standing there. We were waiting to talk to somebody. He came over. He just said, "Hey, what can I help you with?" We told him what we were doing. Bam! I threw the mic on him, and there he goes. But they are local here in the Tampa area. Yep. So if you're local, you need something done. Everything is made right here in the USA. And Tampa.
It's actually made in Tampa.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. You can find those guys over at facebook.com/Suspension Technologies as well as suspensiontechnologies.com. So go check them
Outstanding.
out. I apologize to the next crew, the next two people, because I could not find their information. I could not remember one of them's company name, but Jerry, the Pepin guy.
The Pepin guy, yeah.
He does neons.
Neons for charity. What he does is he fixes and sells the neons, and all the money's basically the proceeds go to charity.
Yeah.
It's a children's charity. And I honestly wish I could remember, because I did spend a lot of time talking to Jerry.
Yeah.
And Jerry was feeding me beer.
It's probably why we can't remember. There's
Sorry,
probably a reason
Jerry.
for that.
Dude,
So,
I mean, yeah, I had a few.
yeah.
But, yeah.
So
Thanks to Pepin.
Thanks to Pepin.
Thanks to Jerry.
For all the beers. Thanks to Jerry. Jerry's he does awesome stuff. I know he's going to be down at help me out, Thunder by the Bay.
Thunder by the Bay. He's going down there
this weekend. So if you guys end up going to Thunder by the Bay and you find a guy with neons, go check him out.
Hold on, I gotta say this. Samantha Brower. Sam, so is anyone else watching this from a bubble bath? No, just me. Alrighty then. Sam, thank you for watching from your bubble bath.
That's awesome.
I wish we could see your side of the screen. That would be awesome. Thank you.
So, and then last, I want to thank Swamp Rat Leathers. Guys, I couldn't find your information on Facebook or anything, but that's Marcy and her husband Steve.
Wait, Marcy. That is Chief Baby Bone. Thought I'd forget, didn't you? Go ahead.
But Marcy and Steve, they own Swamp Rat Leathers. Go to them. They have all your leather needs. Check them out. And great peoples.
Absolutely.
I think that covers everybody. Sorry for the half an hour ad, but we had to do it. Those people were
That's
awesome.
not an ad, man. That's just us showing our love. And I'm sorry. You guys got to understand.
That's really it. I mean, that's bikers showing our love to fellow bikers for doing the things they do.
That was just amazing.
Thank you guys, everybody involved there. Thank you so much. Everybody listening right now, go check all those people out, man. Because
Absolutely.
they are phenomenal business owners. They're great people. We wouldn't put you guys into a product that we wouldn't
stand by ourselves.
behind, and we stand behind all these people. So
Absolutely.
Go check them out. They're freaking awesome.
And I am going to say this. The Deb and Chuck show, I know we didn't put
That's
you out
right.
there.
We didn't put it out there.
But they are
The Chuck and Deb show.
Chuck and Deb.
And Deb
it's Chuck with an N, Deb show.
And I think I shared one of their videos.
You did. That was awesome.
Go check those people out because we just met them this weekend. They are kind of launching a channel similar to ours in the sense that they pretty much do all go around recording themselves at different bike events, things like that.
Right.
Please go check them out. They're just starting out. Go show them some love. We sat and probably talked with them for, about a half an hour or so, 45 minutes. Great people. Chuck and Deb, if you're listening or you're watching, keep going, man.
Keep it going.
Just keep recording.
Keep it rocking.
Keep making that content. Put it out there. People will eventually
You watch
show
our
up.
show, we watch your show. You see how that works?
Okay, so now let's get to the meat of the show.
Meat of the show.
We're going to get to the meat of the show. We brought this topic up while we were sitting trying to do a live show at the event. You sent this article to me. I kind of perused it really quick. Didn't really have any information.
Last week.
Right. So we're gonna bring that up now. Basically, what it was a gentleman who works for Hillsborough County as a firefighter paramedic was fired due to his affiliation with the Outlaw Motorcycle Club.
Right.
Okay. Now, this happened over a year ago, and just recently, a federal arbitrator said that Hillsborough County was justified in the firing of Mr. Clinton Walker because he belonged to the Outlaw Motorcycle Club, noting that negative attention because of his membership was brought to the county.
Right.
Okay. We kind of talked about something similar a few weeks ago when we brought up the Mongols and their situation.
Right.
They're going through with their patch and the cuts and things like that. Look, me and like we said during that show, me and the 1-3 are independent riders, but we respect all of the MCs out there and what law enforcement and what the FBI, everybody else is trying to do to you guys, I think is a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely. I just want to real quick shout out to Mary Sue Maddox. Thank you very much.
Mary Sue, welcome. Okay, so Clinton Walker, he's 35. He's from Bradenton. He was fired a year ago when an internal investigation concluded that he had, quote, unwavering loyalty to the Outlaw motorcycle.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Right.
Like most MCs, okay, and most of their membership is made up of former military.
Former military.
Usually.
Actually, former police, too.
A lot of former police.
So, but yeah.
So Mr. Walker is a former Marine, or he is a Marine, because I guess, right?
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Always Marine, right?
So that makes us sailors always.
Nah, I don't know if it works out.
Once a sailor, always a sailor.
But, yeah, so he was a Marine. He earned the Bronze Star, among other medals and awards.
Really?
And he was also awarded the Medal of Valor as a county firefighter. So,
wow. I
mean, for all intents and purposes, sounds like a pretty
upstanding guy.
Pretty good dude, right? He is actually the first Hillsborough County employee to be investigated for gang activity, quote unquote gang activity. Because the county prohibits membership of any organization that state or federal government considers to be criminal.
Okay, when did they come up with that?
Well, that comes out of, the FBI. I think they came out with something in 2015 that kind of lists all of the criminal organizations in the country. And most, if not all, MCs are considered by the federal government to be criminal organizations.
Because they're the ones that are the 1%ers.
Right. And we kind of talked about this, right? I mean, there's criminal activity in every organization.
Look, I can name cops that are criminals. I can name firemen that are criminals. I can name doctors and lawyers and plumbers and pilots. And I'm just using us as an example. I mean, there's so many criminals. Come on, guys. Really? Yeah. So you're going to lump every plumber together because one plumber did something wrong?
I agree. Now, of course, that is to say that, sure, that history shows or history states that these organizations have been involved with illegal activity in the past.
Right.
Okay? We're not gonna say that that's not a true statement. Okay, and I think everybody would agree with that. But to go off and call them a gang, I think is a little bit.
I think it's much.
Little bit much. I've been riding for almost 20 years, and I have yet to have an issue with.
You've been riding how long?
Like 20 years.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I got in. I got in the game late.
I know.
But
sorry.
But I've never had an issue with the MC. Not a single one.
Neither have I. And
I've run into him. I've walked past him. I've talked to him.
No, I literally ran into him. Actually, in Leesburg, turned around and boom. And on my vertically challenged self, the dude I walked into happened to be like taller than you and about as wide as two of you.
As wide as a house.
And I just went, oh, and you know what he did? He looked at me and said, excuse me. I said, no, man, that was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. He goes, all right, cool. I mean, it was like,
yeah.
So what?
They're humans, man.
Yeah,
they're freaking human beings.
It was super cool. And another time, and I will go here, I ran out of gas. I forgot to turn the Petcott, the reserve to the right way.
Yeah.
So I ran out of gas, and I'm up on top of a bridge, just on an overpass, just waiting for my wife to get there with the gas can. Biker pulls up, and he was with, I can't remember. Could have been the Warlocks, could have been anything, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But he had his cut on, he was up there. He says, man, I'll hang with you for a little bit.
Yeah.
So he came over, make sure I was good. I saw my wife come. I said, that's her. He says, all right, man. Got on his bike, took off. And
cool.
You know what? He turned into a gated community that is very high end.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I mean,
they come from all walks of life.
3 o'clock in the morning, but...
It's all walks of life, man. Yeah. All walks of life.
So, we're not bad people. No biker. I'm not a 1%er, but...
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a biker. You're a biker.
Absolutely.
We've done it for years.
Absolutely.
I don't believe, that everybody's bad.
I don't believe everybody's bad either. Are there bad apples? Sure.
Sure, there's bad apples.
Let's be realistic here.
But what do they say? One bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch?
No. Well,
that's what they say.
That's what they say, right? But so the ruling comes out in. It was released in mid-January. It ended a year-long fight that the local chapter of the International Association of Firefighters had to save Mr. Walker's job. The report cited a quote-unquote growing problem of biker gang culture within the county's fire department throughout the Tampa Bay area. Hillsborough County Fire Rescue employees, including chiefs and a fire medic, attended MC events, and many of its members were ex-military, which is a big fucking shock, right?
I mean, come on. We mentioned this before as well.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you think that the Hells Angels came from?
Exactly. So really, I think all this kind of stems back to an event that happened with Mr. Walker, where he was down in Key West with some of his brothers, and they were in a bar somewhere, and they got into a fight.
Right.
The story is that Mr. Walker threw the first punch. Who the hell knows? I mean,
really?
How many times have you been in a fight, bar fight, whatever, and it's like our guys are like, he threw the first punch, and the other guys are like, he threw the first punch, and it just goes back and forth, right? So,
right, and they just said,
right. So it's just kind of like, look, whoever, right? But he was down there. They got no bar fight, and it was him and 15 other outlaws, and basically it ended with 2 employees of the bar being injured. So probably bouncers trying to get them out and got caught.
Right, got caught up in it.
Hey, look, it happens.
I wonder if they're friends of mine.
It happens, right? Mr. Walker eventually pleaded in Key West, and he took a paid suspension for 30 days.
Okay.
He then stepped down from the Outlaws. He resigned. I honestly don't know how that works.
But we're not in the club.
But we're not in the club, so we don't know how that works, right? So he supposedly stepped down from the club, and not long after he stepped down from the club, the county came out with a directive basically saying nobody who works in Hillsborough County can be affiliated with any kind of, again, criminal organization. Okay.
But he had already quit.
Right, he'd already quit.
So
okay.
I don't get it, man.
So you fast forward a little bit, and in July of 2017, he was serving this suspension, and a captain from Hillsborough County Fire Rescue, his name is James Costa.
Right.
He was then the president of the St. Pete chapter of the Outlaws, was involved in a shootout with a rival motorcycle club.
That's where they came and shot up on him, right?
Yes.
Okay, I remember that. Yep.
He was hit. He was taken to the hospital.
Didn't he ride to the hospital or something?
I don't know if it doesn't say, so I'm not really sure. That was in July of 2017.
Yeah, I think I know the story.
Walker, okay, the gentleman in question, the guy who lost his job, and about 10 other outlaws showed up to the hospital, along with another Hillsborough County fire medic. Right. So the way I look at this is you have an employee, okay, who's also a member of the club.
Right.
Who's a friend of Mr. Walker, just got shot.
Yeah.
He's serving a suspension, but whatever. He shows up in the hospital with his
firefighter
with a T-shirt. Hillsborough County Fire Rescue.
Okay.
Which he is.
That's not a uniform.
And shows up and is trying to gather all of the captain's belongings. Okay. Which is also the president of the chapter. Try to gather all his belongings.
Right.
Apparently, law enforcement is pissed because they want his cut and everything else that was involved in the shooting. They're trying to take it all back.
No.
So this is where it all comes down to. So the report says that by wearing the T-shirt, this guy got favorable treatment to get into the hospital, blah, 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 blah. Look, it's a guy checking on his fucking buddy. I don't care what you say.
You can walk in a hospital and check on your buddy. Come on, it doesn't matter. You're wearing Iron Horse Saloon shirt.
Yeah. I think it just kind of goes really far, and it gets to a point where you got to go,
enough's enough.
Enough's enough, right? So basically, to not continue and beat a dead horse with this, he was terminated because of his affiliation with the club. I have a feeling that his termination is not the only one that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Apparently all these bad guys, all these gang members, like saving people's lives.
Ooh. Yeah.
So
think about that.
Think about that one when you're sitting there firing these guys for bad behavior.
And once again, we're not calling this. That was just a a way to put them all together, and it was just because they're not gangs.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying.
He was using it as a.
No, I'm calling them gang members because that's what the county says. That's what the state says. That's what the federal government says.
But they're not gang members, man.
So that's what I'm saying. All these gang members apparently like to save people's lives. They like to run into fucking buildings on fire. I'm not doing it. So
I don't know, man.
I
might.
You take that. You take that for what it's worth. You guys take that for what it's worth. Let us know. Throw us some comments.
Give us some feedback.
Tell me what you guys think about that, because as you can see, me and the 1-3,
a couple thumbs up going on here.
Me and the 1-3 kind of you see where we stand. We're not part of the 1% society.
We're the 99%.
We're the 99% that stands behind the 1%. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, we're gonna change gears a little bit. And we're gonna bring up something that the 1-3 kind of sent me, and I was like, you know what, this is a good idea. And the reason it was brought up was as a couple were leaving on their bike, they hit that little speed bump thing. It was a cover for all the wires.
Right.
Well, they hit that, and their Gremlin bell fell off the bike, and it was perfect because it literally fell off the bike and just went. Stood up.
Landed straight up, man.
So I walked over and I picked it. They were already gone when I noticed. I walked over and picked it up. So the 1-3 sends me this article and he goes, "We should talk about Gremlin bells."
Yes,
and I was
we
like,
should.
you know what? That's a pretty cool idea. Let's talk about Gremlin bells. We'll close out the show with an uplifting kind of story, and we'll go with that. So everybody's probably, if you're not a bike rider or a motorcycle rider, you're probably like, what in the fuck is a Gremlin bell?
Well, there's another name as well.
Right. There's a couple. There's Guardian bells, Gremlin bells, Spirit bells. I think when I got into it, I think it was somebody told me it was a Spirit bell.
It was always a Gremlin bell, man.
Was it always a Gremlin bell for you? Yeah. So
that's why I threw it at you like that.
Yeah.
Gremlin bell. Because to me, it's a Gremlin bell. Keeps the little critters from trying to take your motorcycle apart while you're riding. And actually, it's potholes. You know, that's where the whole thing came from.
Right. So
did you?
I've got a whole thing here.
Great.
So
I knew you would.
Of course I would. So like we were saying, you guys may have noticed little decorate.
Real quick, no, just Phil. He says, "Bro, I've never had a problem, and I've never felt uncomfortable around any MC."
Yeah,
and I hear you, Phil. Man, that's freaking awesome. I know. I don't know of any other biker, unless you're being a complete dick.
Yep.
Or you're out drunk and you're gonna get your ass whooped because they don't come in ones. It's not onesies. It's onesies, twosies, threesies, 80s.
It's like Ron White when he's like, I didn't know how many guys they were gonna use to kick my ass. No, right. I didn't know how many it was gonna take to kick my ass, but I knew how many they were gonna use.
Yeah,
that's really what it comes down to. So so Gremlin bells, right? Gremlin bells are little tiny decorative bells that are hanging on the bottom of most motorcycles. They have a very important purpose, as well as a very rich tradition that goes back almost as long as bikers have been roaming the streets. Okay, they got their name because of their bells, right? And then because they have magical powers that bring good luck to bikers and all those that ride and his bike. What they do is they keep us safe, right? They keep us safe from evil spirits, the little gremlins that like to jump on the bikes and rip all the pieces apart.
Take your bike apart.
Okay?
So there must be a legend. There must be a tradition.
Right. So what's a gremlin bell for? Okay, so we all know gremlins can't stand the sound of the metal bell ringing. Okay? So, and by the way, I just threw up a picture. You guys will be able to see what we're talking about for those that don't know. So they have super, super sensitive hearing.
Yes, they do.
Okay. And that's why they don't like the sound of the bell. They either hear the bell from a distance and they stay away, or they get on the bike already, or maybe they got on before the bike was moving. Okay. And the sound of the bell
knocks them off,
freaks them out, and they let go, or they get trapped inside the bell itself.
Okay. That one I didn't know.
That was another one I found. And what's cool about it, too, is when they fall off the bike, they create a pothole. And that's where potholes are from. So if you're driving down the road and you see a bunch of potholes in the ground, know that you're safe because a biker has been through there and he's gotten rid of all the gremlins. How about that?
Oh my God! You know, I've had I heard a different types of stories. It's about this old dude that actually was riding somewhere in the desert or whatever, and he wipes out or something, and he's kind of far away from his bike, and he's got toys and stuff in his saddlebags, and it's all he can reach. Rich, hey Rich, yeah. But the gremlins were coming after him, and he was throwing everything he had at them, and then the only thing he had left was this little bell. And when he grabbed the bell and it started ringing, they freaked out. The gremlins were like, "What the heck is that?" So then he started ringing it some more, and they all ran away. And basically, that's kind of where it came from. And yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool way to describe how the bell came around. And I'd like to throw that one up there if we could. I got the legend. It's called The Legend of the Bell.
Okay.
It's pretty neat. It's a neat little story.
Yeah, and I think I've got that in here too on the stuff that I found. But so go ahead.
No, that was it.
Yeah. So the biker bells themselves hold a strong tradition among members of the cruiser and touring bike world.
Right.
Okay? I haven't seen very many like crotch rockets with them. I don't know. Have you ever?
Mine had one, but mine was only like it was a Ninja 250.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to start looking because I've never really noticed.
But the thing about the Gremlin bell, you can't buy it for yourself.
Right, and we'll get to that in a second.
Oh,
we'll get to that in a second.
More. Yeah. My bad. Zip.
So some firmly believe in them. Others don't.
I do.
But
absolutely will not buy without it.
No one wants to tempt fate, so they're pretty much a must on most bikes.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Now, like Bobby said, the 1-3 said, there's several different origins of the biker bell, right? So bells then in and of themselves have kind of been around forever, and they've been used for kind of the same reasons, okay? The mythical stories of bells is that they used to be the connection between the real world and the spirit world. Mm-hmm. And they protected from demons and gremlins and everything else from passing from one world to the next.
And spirit bell.
Right.
I got you.
Christianity uses a custom of ringing bells during burial services to produce, for their purpose to fight off evil spirits while somebody is being laid to rest. So the bell itself has kind of been in lore and in history since the beginning of time. Okay, the 1-3 brought up the old biker tale. Yep, the guy riding. The other one that the other story I found is pilots, which of course I thought was kind of a cool thing because we have gremlins in airplanes.
Yes, you do.
And
I used to work on airplanes.
So the Royal Air Force kind of began talking about gremlins clinging to the aircrafts, causing damage during the Second World War.
Didn't you watch The Twilight Zone?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man. It was tearing the damn thing apart.
So in that story, the RAF would point to the gremlins for problems with their aircraft. And
oh yeah, because they didn't
it was kind of like a humorous way of basically saying this.
Hey, my dude fucked up, bro.
Yeah, but so pretty soon, U.S. pilots kind of got a hold of that as well, and they started talking about gremlins, so forth and so on. And they used to claim that they used to see creatures on their airplanes when they crashed.
William Shatner saw it.
Exactly.
John Lithgow saw it.
Something on the wing. You mean something?
That was actually pretty good. I'm sorry, man.
So a lot of pilots actually would carry bells with them when they went to fly.
All right, so I'm asking now.
I don't have one in the airplane.
Okay.
I don't.
Just checking.
Yeah. But these small creatures would rip apart airplanes and bring them down. The first gremlin featured in TV or whatever, so to speak, was actually a Bugs Bunny cartoon. And a little gremlin got a hold of a Bugs Bunny airplane and
really
brought it down. So, but to close that out, what happened is all these pilots started coming home from the Second World War, and guess what they started doing? They started forming motorcycle clubs.
No way.
And they brought the tradition of the gremlin bell from their airplanes to their bikes. Hence the gremlin bell.
It makes total sense.
So there's a little bit of a real world kind of story to go along with the mythological story of the Gremlin bell.
That is freaking.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
So I tell Kim, I said, Kim, buy your man a bell for the plane. She goes, I'll think about it.
I don't know where I would put that. It's kind of.
Well, you got to carry it with you.
You get FOD in the cockpit, and you get all kinds of weird shit.
I know all about FOD. I'm gonna go real quick tangent. My side. When I was in the military, I used to be a plane captain, and I used to do inspections on the birds.
Yeah.
So we had this one pilot. His name was Westby Gibson, Lieutenant Commander Westby Gibson, who's passed away. He was the XO. Freaking amazing man. Loved him to death. He would always leave Nestle Crunch bars.
In the airplane?
In the airplane.
No shit.
Nestle Crunch bars. So obviously we keep the Nestle Crunch bars. He doesn't get that FOD back.
They melted though?
No, man. They were freaking... Come on, man. A little freaking A4 cockpit. It was sitting right there, man.
That's hilarious. Maybe he's leaving them for you guys.
Maybe he was. I don't know. But it's still FOD in the aircraft and we have to report it.
Of course.
So what we did is I actually made a model of an A4, actually an A4E, A4 Echo. For those that don't understand, that don't know, it's actually a single seat A4 attack aircraft built in the 50s. And this was in the 80s.
Are you sure?
This was in the 80s. So anyway, I built him this, and we presented it to him one day, and from what I understand, he had that thing until he died.
Is that right?
Yeah,
that's cool.
That was really cool.
That's cool.
And I had Nestle Crunch
written
all over it.
Yeah.
I actually used Nestle Crunch wrappers on the side, and where the tail numbers were, all the insignias were placed in the right places.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was freaking crazy.
That's great.
So anyway,
So like all things and like all powerful talismans, right? There's rules associated with the Gremlin bell.
Yes, there are.
Okay. So I'll go through this list and you tell me if, because you said you have something that I may not know. So we'll see if I cover all the rules. The first rule, I think anybody who has a Gremlin bell knows this rule. I learned it the very first time I was ever given one. You cannot buy your own Gremlin bell.
Nope.
It doesn't work. If you buy your own Gremlin bell, you might as well not even put it on your bike because it doesn't work.
You may as well give it to somebody else.
It must be received as a gift. Its magical powers are not going to work unless it's given to you in a gesture of goodwill.
Yep.
All right.
And
it becomes even more powerful if it's a fellow rider who gives you the bell and not just somebody.
Exactly. And I will tell you that your woman, Kim, gave my wife her bell.
Is that right? Well, there you go. You can, and I didn't know this one, and I've screwed up the rules, so I might have to get a new bell. You cannot hang your own bell. Did you know that?
Oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah, right. I don't know. So these are rules. Some of them.
That's a rule I didn't know because it was given to me. So
yeah,
by my wife, which it's a pretty badass looking bell.
Yeah.
Can I take it off and have her hang it?
I know, right? I don't know how that works. So it probably originated from the old biker's tale, right? The one that
right,
you said.
right.
That the bell should be hung on your bike by a person who gave it to you. Not only does the person give the sacred gift to you with the intention of goodwill, but he or she makes sure that the protection is activated with goodwill intentions as well.
Okay. Dan Lindbergh came up with something. What if it's on the bike when you got it?
I'll get to that.
We're getting to that.
I'll get that.
Dan will get that. And Kim says, damn it, now I got to buy 3 more. Yes! Shit!
So,
and you got to put them on, Kim.
So to answer Dan's question, this is the next one. You never leave your bell behind. Okay.
Oh, you take.
So if you sell your motorcycle, you never leave the bell on the bike for the new owner.
Well, that's good because mine fell off my own bike.
Mine's fall. I've had so many fall off. The bell should be cherished for what it represents. So you should take it off, keep it, and transfer it to your new bike. Okay.
Oh,
but here's a question.
Yeah.
Here's a question. If you can't hang your own bell, and you take it off because you sell your bike and you go to put it on the new bell, do you have to have the person who originally gave it to you hang it on the bike? And what happens if that person's no longer with us?
Then you get someone.
I found a flaw in your rules whatever website.
No, man, no, because then you get someone else in the family that is kin to that person. Come on, there's no flaws. No, Kim does not have to buy 3 more because I put Cindy's on for her, but it wasn't the person that bought the bell. So does that still count?
Who knows?
All right, Kim, buy 3 more.
You're
putting them on.
We're in a weird little twilight zone trying to figure all these rules out.
I wish I had the sound effects.
Yeah, right. Rule number 4 is you have to attach it to the lowest part of the frame.
Right.
Which I know that, right? You got to have it as close to the
there.
ground as you can get it, since the little gremlins like to lurk on the ground, right?
They jump up from the
ground. Yep. So you got to have it as low as possible.
Oh my god, I got the young ones.
And I didn't know this one, but closer to the front of the bike than the rear.
Oh, one for the plane. Oh, okay, one for the plane, one for you. Both. Okay.
There you go.
All right, gotcha. I got you, Kim.
So it's got to be low and forward.
All right, so
I didn't know that. Mine's pretty low. Mine's actually in the fork.
Mine's as low as I could get it. It's actually not on the fork. It's actually on a crossbar that is behind the front wheel. Yeah.
That's right. I think that's where mine's at. Too.
It's
there's like a little hole.
Glide rectifier there, or I know oil was up there.
Okay.
I have to check that out. But there's a crossbar up there.
A stolen rule number 5. I feel like we're talking about gremlin bells, and I feel like we're talking about the gremlins. Like, you can't feed them after midnight. Don't get them.
Don't feed them after, and don't get them wet.
Don't get wet. So rule number 5 is a stolen bell loses its powers. So you can't steal somebody else's. I think that's a great rule.
I absolutely agree.
But you can't steal a bell off somebody else's bike because you kind of fuck up all the good intentions.
Well, you could, right? But you could clip it off and throw the bitch away if you don't like that guy.
And then this is a weird one. I didn't know. I've never heard of this one, but the bell should be occasionally cleaned and polished. So,
well, hold on.
So every time you clean your bike, you should be cleaning your bell as well.
Why wouldn't you? I washed my bell.
Do you really?
Well, the last time I washed my bike, which was...
You got down there and fucking...
I just washed it.
Got some...
it's a black...
Got some Neverdol.
It's a polished black.
Oh, it's black.
Gloss black.
So there you go.
Looks like my bike.
So there's...
Well, yours is too, isn't it?
No, mine's silver.
Yours is silver? Oh, no, mine's actually
do I look
matte.
Like I give a fuck with a big old middle finger on it.
Oh, yeah.
Telegraph.
Mine has a Harley emblem.
Does it?
And my wife's has a Harley emblem, but it's all in little.
It's all blinged out.
That's
the one. Yeah, Kim bought. Yeah. It
was awesome.
Where were we with?
Oh, look! Holy shit, La Serena. Speaking of my wife, 1-4 is on. Look at this.
We were at Brandon Harley, I think.
Yes, we were.
Tampa Harley, one of the two. I can't remember.
One of the Harleys.
So there you go, folks. Everything you've ever wanted to know and not know about gremlin bells, right? I thought it was a cool. I thought it was a cool thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, the gremlin bell lore is very strong with the touring and cruising world.
That's awesome.
I thought it was kind of cool to go through it, and really to find the origin of it.
I think you actually found more stuff than I did. When I mentioned let's talk about the gremlin bell, I was not expecting
a dissertation,
which is kind of my fault because I know you and your stats. I'm just saying, dude,
you gotta understand that I don't go in, half-assed.
You jump in with both feet right on, man.
So yeah, like I said.
Say hi to my wife. She's on the damn thingy.
Hey, 1-4, how are you?
She says hello, boy.
So with that, we hope you enjoyed the gremlin bells.
Yeah,
we've got to kind of speed this up a little bit.
Why? It's 8:04, man.
Yeah, no. We like to try and keep these in an hour because it gets to be too long.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So with that, we're gonna jump into upcoming events, and before we get to events coming up, I want to talk about something that we tried doing this weekend.
Yes,
was raising money for Mr. Brandon Niles.
That's all we did.
We've got some cash that we've raised. At the moment, it's just not quite enough for us to make a dent. So we're gonna continue with the idea of the 50-50. So if you guys were at the event and you donated to that event, we still have all the tickets. We still have all the phone numbers. We're going to get that out to everybody.
Absolutely.
We did what we could, but to be honest with you, all we ended up with was about $100 and going 50% to the winner and then dividing the other 50. It's just, it didn't make sense to us. So we've got all that money and we've got all those tickets. So don't worry. It's still going to go to the causes that we got. It's just going to take us a little bit longer to get there.
Absolutely.
That's all that is.
Absolutely.
So Brandon Niles, as we know, is the young man who was cut off in St. Pete.
Yes.
That lost both of his legs because of the accident. So there is a GoFundMe out there.
Phil says, "We want more. We want more." Where are you getting more?
There's a GoFundMe out there for Brandon Niles. I'm going to throw that in the chat right now. If you can, and you're so inclined to, please go to the GoFundMe page and give what you can.
Absolutely.
Okay. As you can see on the screen here, this was the screenshot of his page a couple weeks ago. I checked it this afternoon. He's above 18,000 now, and their goal changed from 25 to 50 now.
Yeah, so he's going to need a lot.
He's going to need a lot of
medical.
They're talking north of $1 million for all of his medical expenses.
That's just crazy, man.
So we got to do what we can to get that young man going, help his family, and like I said, if you guys are able to jump onto his GoFundMe and donate what you can.
One more, sorry. you don't want to hear it?
No, I told him before we got
That's why I did it.
Don't just stop banging stuff.
Don't make noise.
All right, so again, he's almost at $18,000 raised so far.
Well, that's good though. I mean, honestly, that's pretty good. It's not as big of a dent as we would like to see.
Well, I mean, hey, look, he's got a long road ahead of him.
Yes,
so
he does.
whatever ends up coming in will help him out. So. So, like I said, if you have the opportunity to go and help Mr. Brandon Niles in his very long road to recovery. The next one we're going to talk about is actually an event that's going on right now. We don't ever really talk about this, and I think we should probably just start bringing this up every week. It's the bike night over at Quicker Stick and Lube.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night bike night.
It's one of the largest bike nights in the state of Florida.
Is it really?
I
knew it was big, but I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Is it every week?
It's every week, every Wednesday from 6 to 9. I'm sorry, from 6 to 10. Again, it's going on right now. It's at Quaker Steak and Lube in Clearwater, Florida. It's 10400 49th Street North, Clearwater, Florida.
Oh my gosh, that's right across
from the new Birds Barracuda. And a little bit of a personal tie to this show today. A very fucking cool band is playing there tonight.
Who?
The name of the band is called Stone Gray. And me and Kim caught up with Stone Gray in Daytona a few years back.
Just saying, wouldn't that be Kim and I?
We caught up with them. We saw them for the first time in Daytona a few years. It was actually Biketoberfest. And young kids, probably mid-20s.
Right.
Just rock the house. I mean, classic rock. Right? They're just awesome. The lead guitarist just shreds a guitar. They're awesome. They're a local band here in St. Pete. Or I'm sorry, in Tampa. They're from right around this area, Wesley Chapel. Yeah, they play over at Craft Life all the time. I don't know if you've ever been there, but little small brewery up on 41.
What else, Craft Life?
You know where?
I need to hit that.
You ever been in the Loop? Okay, we'll talk after the show. But
I'm gonna learn new things.
But I found that to be cool, so I figured, hey, why not? I'll give them a shout out. If you guys ever see an event going on where the band talent playing is Stone Gray, go check them out because you will not be disappointed.
What the hell?
So the next event we'll talk about is Thunder by the Bay.
Isn't that this weekend? That's down in Sarasota, right?
Yep, down in Sarasota. I wanted to go to this event, but after last weekend, I need a weekend.
I need a break.
I need a me weekend. I need a me and Kim weekend. I just need a
I would love to go to this.
And just be me for a couple.
I would love to go to this event, but my we got things going on. My in-laws, it's like their anniversary, so we're taking them out.
Yeah,
they're old people, and
I get it, man. It's like I just want a day to recenter, refocus, and get moving. So, like the 1-3 said, it's February 15th through the 17th.
I didn't say that, but that's
down in Sarasota. It's at the Sarasota Fairgrounds. It benefits the Suncoast Charities for Children.
I've been there a couple times. It's really...
Yeah, I've never been to this event.
It's a really good event.
Time.
The only thing is about this year's event, I believe they're charging.
Yeah, they are charging. It's
so be prepared for that.
It's $5. 12 and under is free, and you can get a 3-day pass for $10.
Yeah, I mean it's not a lot, but they are charging. So if you haven't prepared for that, be prepared. It's one less beer you're going to drink. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it that way. Can you give up one beer? And I think you can just to go see this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it'll be Friday 6 to 11, Saturday 10 to 10, Sunday 10 to 6. So
do we know any bands? Do we know any bands that are playing there?
Yes. And where was it? It was well, maybe I
know you were trying to get off of the...
Oh, yeah, it was national... We did this the other week. National recording artist Steelheart is performing on Saturday, February the 18th. Or February
I'm sorry, I just made noise. Steelheart.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I got no idea.
So...
If anybody else knows who Steelheart is, I know. Oh, shit. La Serena, it's their 60th wedding anniversary.
Oh,
no wonder I'm not going to the bike event.
It's a pretty big one.
Holy shit.
Okay, the last event we want to bring up here before we wrap up the show tonight is we ran into Sharpie.
Yes,
and
actually Sharpie ran into us.
Sharpie did run into us. Is he the owner of Salty Shamrock?
No, he is not. Salty Shamrock. No, he just does a bike night there the last weekend.
He's
the guy.
Kind of the guy that started that whole thing.
Yeah, Sharpie I've known for a couple of years now. We rode for a while with him, Misfit Metalworks and all. We kind of it's just a whole group that have gotten together, and he started this bike night with the Salty Shamrock, and I believe. One day we're going to go down there and we're going to do an event with them. We're going to probably do the whole show.
Yeah, probably do the whole show from the bike night. That's the plan. That's the idea. We'll see how that works out. I know that Sharpie wanted us to make it out there for February's event, which is on the 28th. That's probably not likely to happen. I think it's more like the March one we could probably make.
Barbara Lyon.
And I can tell you right now, the March one will be easier for me to do, only because our aircraft goes down for maintenance at the end of March. So I'll kind of have at least a week off of work. So I think I can say from here right now that the Salty Shamrock Bike Night in March is probably a go. Cool. We'll see what happens. But until then, the Salty Shamrock Bike Night is February the 28th from 6 to 10. Again, it's the last Thursday of every month. It's at the Salty Shamrock, which is down at Apollo Beach, 6186 North US Highway 41 in Apollo Beach.
Cool.
There's going to be a 4-class bike show and a bike of the night. $2.50 domestic long necks, food specials, vendors, and live music. So if you're in the area, February 28th, go check it out.
Absolutely.
It'll be a good time.
I got to ask a question. Barbara, where are you from? I'm just curious. So anyway, we got a new listener watching. Her name's Barbara Lyon. She's checking us out. And I'm just kind of curious where she's from. So with all of the new followers, new listeners, new likes to the page, we want to be able to be your guys' I don't know what you call it. I don't know if you call it voice. I don't know if you call it... I really don't know. I don't really know what to call it. What I'm trying to say is I want this to be your guys' outlet. If you have an event that you want promoted... Yeah, we'll put it up there.
Let us know. Throw us a message on Facebook.
Yeah.
Email us. Do whatever you can to get
What's
to
the
us.
email?
The email is rockingroadshow@gmail.com. Or like I said, just go to Facebook, send us a message on Facebook. That'll work as well. We like to load up this part of the show with all the events going on around the country. And even around the world. If you guys have events overseas that you want us to promote, let us know.
Absolutely. Indonesia.
Right. I mean, we just want
someone from Iraq today,
it's
man.
crazy, man. It's just going nuts. So if you guys can do that for us, we'd be more than happy to
Sharpie just joined.
Hey Sharpie, what's up? We were just talking about
Literally just talking about you.
We were just saying February is a little tough for us to make the bike night, but you can definitely put us down tentatively for March, the show in March. We should be able to make that one. My work schedule clears up a little bit in March. We should be able to make that work. So
absolutely.
So just for that. And again, so going back, if you guys have bike nights, bike shows, bike rallies, events, poker runs, sore ass run, whatever it is,
sore ass runs,
let us know.
Woo!
Because we can use this time to promote that. We can promote it on our page.
Shit.
We kind of want to be the one-stop shop for all bike events all across the country. Because honestly, for all those people following us in Georgia and Alabama and all those places, I don't know where to go to get the information for those events in those areas.
Right.
So
we need you guys.
We need you guys. We need you guys to help us to bring out those events to everybody.
Because eventually, we want to be the place that you can go to and say, "Hey, look, I'm going to Wyoming. Yep. Hey, what's going on in the Black Hills or something like that?" We want you to be able to come to our site and look and see what's going on in the Black Hills.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's what we want to do. That is our goal is to be
the one-stop bike shop, basically.
Exactly. We're still working on tech tips. I've got some ideas. I got some things going on. I know that I kind of just threw that in there with other stuff, but tech tips are big for me. I really, really, and for my buddy over here, Alvie, who we won't talk about your clutch.
Hey man, I'm doing what I can. I got to get the money to get that fixed. I gotta.
The rag's not working.
The rag, it's working, but it's starting to leak a lot more now. So it needs to get done.
Dude, we need to replace that thing.
Yeah, it needs to get
done. And we can do it. And it's time for my oil change. It's my 40,000, so we need to get that done as well.
Well, there you go. So maybe we pick a weekend and we just sit down and crush this.
Do a couple videos and take care of that shit.
There you go.
So,
all right. So
anyway,
so with that, thank you to everybody who joined us tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
We had a great following today. Thank you for everybody who commented during the show.
Charles Bell, where are you from? Do you know him?
I don't.
Awesome.
So, like I said, thank you to everybody who's joined us over the last few days, last week or so. Just some humble boys from Florida that over the last few days went global.
Oh man, it's been a ride.
It's been crazy.
I'm just saying, look at this. It's been a ride.
So again, I said at the beginning of the show, Polk County. Hey, Jeremy from Polk County.
Jeremy, awesome, brother.
Phil, the plan is to definitely be in Daytona.
Yes.
I'm trying to talk the 1-3 into going to Daytona.
You don't have to talk me into it. You got to talk someone else.
I think Daytona will happen, barring any kind of.
Charles Bell is Chuck and Deb.
Oh, there you go. Chuck
we talked about you earlier.
We did. Thank you for joining the show, Chuck. Like we said earlier on the show, go check out the Chuck and Deb show because
actually it was in the beginning.
It was at the very beginning, but
show some love, baby.
We talked to you guys at the show, and you guys are awesome. So we gotta give you some love. Let's see.
Man, we're in we got just so much going on, man.
It's been nuts, man.
Overwhelming.
It's been overwhelming. So before this thing becomes an hour and a half, 2 hour long show.
Shit. It's an hour and 20 right now.
That's what I'm saying. I want to say again, thank you guys for following the show. Thank you for joining. Thank you for interacting with us. What's up?
Chuck wants to know what dates. What are the dates? Maybe we're going over there. You mean Daytona, correct? And Jim is checking us out from Melbourne, which is freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
I grew up there. We're just gonna have to keep this going till at least 8:30, man. I know you want to go home.
So
8:30. That's a new time right now.
So as far as Daytona is concerned, usually, and I think that I have to work because So usually the way I do Daytona, I was telling you guys about. I was telling you and 1-4 about it. The way I usually do Daytona, me and Kim do Daytona, is we go out the Thursday before Daytona starts.
Right.
And we ride out Thursday morning, and we just kind of enjoy the ride. And I take the fucking long way to Daytona.
You go through like the green swamp and all that?
I go north and cut all the way across into Daytona and all that, and cut down. Like, I don't touch I-4 the whole time.
No, I know. You go Dean Stop? Dean was it Dean?
Go like
Dean
to
Stills?
441 and up.
Oh, you go north.
I go north. I go up by the.
Have you ever done Dean Stills?
No, I've never gone south to do it. I've always gone across
not south.
north.
It's north of I-4. It's Dean Stills, and then you get on.
Oh, the swamp. I have been on that road.
Go up through Green Swamp and all that.
That you have to really kind of.
Yeah,
the
goes
swamp
up
is
and
fun.
down.
Yeah, the swamp is fun. But the way we go, it takes us like 4.5, 5 hours to get.
We got comments and I can't fucking keep up, man. I'm trying.
So the so anyways, we usually go out Thursday, spend all day Friday in Daytona, all day Saturday in Daytona, and then usually end up coming home Sunday. That's because Kim usually can't get off work during Daytona.
Jeremy, where are you from? That it's north of you by 25 minutes.
It's always during spring break. So, but I think I have to fly that Saturday, the first Saturday of Daytona.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking we're going to try and figure out maybe if we can go on the back end of Daytona. Maybe.
Well, I think that's what the 1-4 said. We can do that. We'll do.
And it always coincides with the spring break. Oh, Lakeland, what's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where you're from. Okay, Jeremy. Yeah.
See you, Jim. Thanks for joining us, man.
Jim's out. All right, man. Sign off, Jim. We'll see you.
So, so Daytona's kind of in limbo right now. We're definitely going to be out there. It's just depending on if it's going to be the first weekend of Daytona, or if it'll be the last weekend. Of Daytona.
I think probably the last week would be better because that'd be better for us probably because of her.
Well, and again, it all depends on whether Kim can get off of work as well. It's all work schedules and everything else. So we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. But
surprise flights.
Daytona's great. I love being in Daytona for the event. So. The plan is to be out in Daytona.
Okay.
And the other plan is to be in what's it called? Up in Panama City.
You said a bad word, man.
Thunder
Bay. Isn't that Thunder by the Bay is down here, and I think
Thunder Beach. I think is
Thunder Beach or something like that.
What's in
Panama?
If you guys can remember, if you can throw it up there for me, that'd be really awesome. But the plan is to go do that in May. That was brought up to us this week as well. And then of course Leesburg is right
absolutely
there.
yeah.
So
we're going to Leesburg
as well. So
I got a question for you.
We got a busy schedule coming up here with the show.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
We're going to do the show from right.
Well, it may not be the show in the sense that we did this weekend
at the bike,
but we'll definitely be recording video and grabbing interviews and hopefully running into people that know us that want to jump on the live and hang out with us. So
it is Thunder Beach.
Beach, okay. So that's the idea, man.
Wow.
We'll see we'll see how all that kind of plays out. Obviously, we'll let everybody know where we're going to be, when we're going to be there. Those all those things kind of go without saying. But
yeah. Hey, just make sure you hit likes and shares and invite all your friends.
That's really it, man.
Invite your friends. Go to our page and invite all your friends. I don't care if they like motorcycles or not. Just hit them. Invite. That's what I did.
Invite all.
Invite all. They got that.
There's even a little button that says invite all. Just do that and
awesome.
We'll love you for it. So
absolutely, man. I'll show you the love. I'll give you a koozie.
Did we say? Yeah, we got plenty of koozies. By the way,
how hard
is it to get rid of a koozie? Apparently,
harder than it is to get rid of a Harley.
Well, I mean, getting rid of a Harley
was easy to get rid of the Harley.
Well, yeah,
compared to our koozies.
That's easy, but I mean, apparently, everybody's got.
People are like, fuck, everybody's got a koozie.
Another fucking koozie, really?
All right, so So our next giveaway is going to be something else.
Here's a question. I'm going to throw this out to the Rocking RoadShow fans.
Right.
We had some,
Jeremy's in.
We had some shirts made for the show.
We've had a lot of people that love
and
them.
a lot of people loved the shirts and loved seeing the logo on the back of the shirt. We're not, all
right, Jeremy, we'll get you a koozie.
We'll get you one for sure, Jeremy. We'll give you.
We have a couple left.
We're kind of batting around the idea of making some shirts. Now, the shirts we wouldn't be able to give away.
No, we'd have to sell them.
is because they're they're quite expensive.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the shirts that women were wearing because that's what.
Well, that's on the page. If you go, there's a picture of them with Senior.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's on the page. You can check it out. So the question is if we make shirts for men and women, two different shirts, would you guys want them?
Would anybody want to buy?
Would you guys want to buy it? We wouldn't kill you. We'd probably, to be honest with you, we'd probably just charge you cost, just so that we can make the money back that we used.
I don't know if it's coming on yet. But.
I can tell you. Hold on. Let me look at the other thing here. A little closer. Let it zoom. So you can kind of see it. Again, just go to the page. That picture's up on the page. But
yeah, that's where I got it from.
Just let us know if you guys would want one. That would be.
Phil's like yes. Jeremy's clapping his hand.
So if you guys would like that, let us know. We're batting around that idea. We gotta see if it makes sense. I gotta recoup some cash from the koozies and everything else that we spent for this weekend. So with that, guys, rolling up on 8:30. I don't want to drag this on too long. So
Charles says you bet he'll buy them. So we're good.
So there you go. I think we've got the general consensus of the show. If we make some shirts, I think
they'll sell.
We can sell a couple of them.
Right on, man.
And like I said, we were not going to gouge anybody. We'll basically just charge you enough to make.
We need to make our money back. That's all we need to do.
That's really all we care about.
Here's what we want to do. And this is like any other business out there. We want to get our brand out there. We want to get our name out there. We want people to know who the Rocking RoadShow is. That's what we want to do. So if we can sell them and get enough to where we can do that, that's all. Just cover the cost.
That's it. That's it.
All right?
All right, folks. So thanks for joining us.
Woo!
Thank you for commenting. Thank you for participating in the show because really this thing is all about you guys. And the more that you guys interact with us, the less we have to prep, really.
Oh my God.
The less we have to find stories to fill the hour. Ideally, what would be great is we could just sit
they
here,
bring up a freaking topic.
and they bring up a topic, and we just fucking
bring us a topic, and we'll hit it. Let's see what's going on, man.
So we'll see. That's kind of the mission for the show in the long run is to just kind of shoot from the hip and have some fun with it. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the new followers. Do us a favor, like we said before, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said before, this goes out on YouTube. Hit the bell if you subscribe to let you know when we come out with new episodes. You can also put us in your ear holes with the podcast. We take all these shows, pull the audio, and put it out on the podcast app. So you can get us on Apple iTunes podcast app, right, as well as the Google podcast app as well.
Oh, and I know. And y'all gotta let us know if you want Alvie to start taking shots over here.
That's a terrible idea. So anyways.
I got some good stuff.
So without further ado, thank you for everybody that joined us tonight. We really appreciate it. We love you. Keep it rocking.
Rubber side down, baby.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.